I mean, it goes to a split decision against a legit undefeated boxer.
Yeah. He doesn't, I'll tell you what, the one thing he doesn't want to do is fight Mike.
Hold on a second, folks. Joe Rogan just went nuclear on Jake Paul after he sensationally ducked the fight with Mike Tyson. It seems Iron Mike's shadow was just too much for the YouTube star to handle. Rogan's reaction was absolutely brutal. He didn't hold back, tearing into Jake Paul in a way that left everyone stunned. What made Jake Paul back out? And why is Joe Rogan so furious? Stick around because we're diving deep into this explosive story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon.
If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be my pants.
Oh, bro.
That's what Joe Rogan had to say about Jake Paul's decision to duck out of the fight with Mike Tyson. Going head-to-head with a boxing legend who dominated the ring like a monarch isn't for the faint-hearted. Joe Rogan held nothing back when discussing Jake Paul's sudden exit from the Planet Showdown with Mike Tyson. On his latest podcast, Rogan predicted a storm of regret for the social media star. According to Joe, Jake is going to regret pulling out of this fight so profoundly that it will haunt him for years. Jake Paul's reputation took a massive hit with this move. Imagine facing off against the baddest man on the planet and then walking away. This only amplifies the legend of Tyson's fearsome aura. Jake Paul was on top of the world, basking in the glow of his recent boxing victories. From knocking out former NBA players to taking down hobbyist YouTubers, Jake's confidence was at an all-time high. But his real test was yet to come, a fight against Mike Tyson. Initially, Jake was brimming with confidence. At a press conference, he boldly declared, "I literally can't wait to look across the ring and see him and give him a death stare." He believed that his iron chin would withstand Tyson's legendary punches. Jake Paul has always been a master of self-promotion. His ability to draw attention and generate significant pay-per-view sales is undeniable. However, his career has faced criticism regarding the level of competition he's faced. His loss to Tommy Fury highlighted the challenges he encounters when fighting experienced boxers.
Day 3, Mikey, your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. Woo.
Despite this, Jake continued to talk big, borrowing phrases from legends and hyping himself up for the Tyson fight. He even leaked training footage, showing his preparation with top-notch trainers and a dedicated team. At one point, he borrowed Muhammad Ali's signature line, saying, "Your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see." As the fight drew closer and tickets were almost sold out, Jake Paul made a shocking announcement. He was quitting the fight. The news left fans and critics alike stunned. How could Jake, who had been so confident, suddenly back out? This is where Joe Rogan comes into the picture. While sitting in a podcast, Joe got the news and his reaction was immediate and harsh. "I don't give a fuck, dude. Look at this, he's fighting a professional boxer," Rogan exclaimed, clearly frustrated. Joe Rogan's frustration was palpable. He saw Jake's overconfidence as a ticking time bomb. Rogan wasn't alone in his disappointment. Many fans were looking forward to this clash of generations, only to be let down by Jake's retreat. Rogan's anger was more than justified. He pointed out that Jake had finally realized the reality of fighting Tyson. Unlike his previous exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr., this match would have no contract about not hitting in the head. Jake would have to bear Tyson's punches landing straight on his face. It wasn't just the sudden cancellation that irked Rogan. Jake had shown signs of fear days before the announcement. While sitting with Tyson, he admitted, "I love this sport. All that stuff you said doesn't mean." He tried to convince Tyson that he was in it for the sport and to entertain people. But asking Iron Mike for a fight isn't just entertainment. It's a serious business, one that Jake seemed to underestimate. Joe Rogan, a seasoned commentator and martial artist, knows what it takes to be an elite boxer. He pointed out that Mike Tyson is a very high-level boxer, a real professional caliber. Watching Tyson's movements, his combinations, and his countering skills, it's clear that he's still got it. Look at Mike's physical conditioning. Dude looks like a super soldier at 57 years old. He's shredded, massively powerful, explosive. Jake Paul is skinny and doesn't have that same visceral intensity or experience. One clean Tyson shot would put him in the ER. Rogan points to Tyson's embrace of cutting-edge training techniques like electrical muscle stimulation therapy as a key source of his ageless, borderline supernatural physical conditioning and punch output. Tyson's training is intense and he's maintained his power and technique. Rogan emphasized that Jake, with just 4 years of experience, couldn't realistically compete with someone like Tyson.
What are you eating?
Raw meat.
Seriously, Mike, you're eating raw meat? Are you swallowing it, or remember you used to spit that stuff out?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to eat it now because my opponent's gonna be raw meat.
Once an interview asked Mike Tyson about his amazing physique before his fight with Joan, and he simply replied, "I eat raw meat, and that's what I'm gonna eat when fight. I'm gonna eat him. He's raw meat."
Bro, if I'm fighting this guy and I see he's eating raw meat, I call the thing off.
After seeing this video, even Sebastian Maniscalco was scared. A man like Jake Paul, who's always been after drama, regrets challenging the baddest boxer who ever walked this planet. Rogan revealed that Jake's move to challenge Tyson was a strategic one. He said, "It's a brilliant move by Jake because if he was going to fight anybody else, people would watch, but would the same amount of people watch? No. By choosing Tyson, Jake ensured massive viewership. However, with the fight now canceled, the backlash is immense. Fans and critics alike are upset, feeling that Jake has disrespected Tyson, an undisputed heavyweight champion. Before we go on, make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest boxing news.
When a man has smashed men before, just smashed men.
Mike Tyson's journey in boxing started when he was just 10 years old. An incident involving a pigeon led him into the world of fighting and boxing. Since then, he has been a force in the sport, known for his explosive power and aggressive style. From 1986 to 1990, Iron Mike was the most formidable force in sports. He clinched 19 consecutive fights by knockout or TKO, dismantling elite competitors with a brutality that left even hardened fans reeling. Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history at 20 years and 4 months by defeating Trevor Berbick on November 22, 1986. His aggressive, relentless fighting style, marked by intense focus and lightning speed, made him a nightmare opponent. His intimidating walk to the ring, piercing stare, and devastating knockouts left opponents and spectators alike in awe and fear. He rampaged to the undisputed heavyweight championship, winning 19 straight fights by KO or TKO in some of the most conclusive, bone-jarring finishes ever seen. Giants like Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks, and Frank Bruno proved no match for Iron Mike's explosive power and relentless pressure. Tyson's career has spanned decades, and his passion for boxing remains undiminished. Joe Rogan highlighted Tyson's dedication, noting that even at his age, Tyson continues to train hard. Joe Rogan wasn't the only one frustrated with Jake Paul. Boxing legends and experts have weighed in, expressing their disappointment. Roy Jones Jr. recalled the power of Tyson's punches, comparing it to a mule's kick. He emphasized that Tyson's raw power is something not easily endured, especially by someone with limited experience like Jake Paul. Jones pointed out that heavyweight champions like Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis could withstand Tyson's blows, but Jake Paul would likely struggle. Even Alexander Usyk, in a promotional tactic for his bout with Tyson Fury, had harsh words for Jake Paul. During a game of word association, Usyk responded to Jake Paul's name with, "Stop boxing." This blunt advice underscores the challenges Jake faces as he balances his internet influencer career with professional boxing. Usyk's words suggest that Paul might need to reconsider his career choices, given the significant disparity in experience and skill. Joe Rogan didn't stop at criticizing Jake Paul's decision to back out. He also speculated about Jake's future in boxing. "Look, man, after taking hits like that, I wouldn't be surprised if Jake decided to hang up the gloves for good," Rogan remarked. He pointed out that Jake is young and has his whole life ahead of him. There's no shame in walking away to protect his health. Rogan emphasized that boxing is no joke, especially against a heavyweight legend like Tyson. One wrong move could end not just the fight, but Jake's entire career. That was Rogan's reaction after watching the Mike Tyson training clip. Rogan continued to praise Tyson's dedication and strength. He noted that Tyson still hits the gym every day and trains with Rafael Cordero, a legend in the MMA world. Watching Tyson train is like witnessing a force of nature. His power and intensity are still there, ready to challenge anyone who steps into the ring with him. Rogan emphasized that Tyson is not to be underestimated no matter his age. Jake Paul's decision to back out of the fight with Mike Tyson has broader implications. It's not just about one fight, it's about respect, legacy, and the sport of boxing. By quitting, Jake has brought a lot of negativity upon himself. Fans feel let down, and critics are questioning his seriousness about boxing. Rogan's harsh words reflect a broader sentiment in the boxing community. Respect the sport and its legends. The fallout from Jake's decision is significant. The fight was highly anticipated, and its cancellation has left many disappointed. Rogan's rant is a reflection of the collective frustration felt by fans and experts alike. It's a reminder that boxing is a serious sport, one that demands respect and dedication. Jake Paul's journey in boxing is at a crossroads, and only time will tell what his next move will be. So what do you think? Can Jake Paul redeem himself after backing out of the fight with Mike Tyson? Or is this the end of his boxing career? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.